New York Yankees are in a serious rut. Their longest World Series drought in franchise history. The last time we saw the Yankees in the World Series was 2009, so it is now 2023. We're halfway through the 2023 Major League Baseball season, and the Yankees sit 3.5 games out of the wild card, last place in the American League East. This Yankees team is 55-50. They're a pretty mediocre team on paper. Things are just not looking up for the Yankees right now. Signed Aaron Judge last offseason after his historic 2022 season, in which he broke the American League record and hit 62 home runs. That was an amazing story that will forever go down in the history books. But the Yankees as a whole, as a team, are swept in the American League Championship Series by the Houston Astros, whom the Astros have the Yankees number going back to 2015. They have not lost a series to the Yankees since 2015. They've matched up quite a number of times, and the Yankees always fail to beat them. Whether that was under Joe Girardi, their former manager, or the current manager, Aaron Boone, the regime has pretty much stayed the same with Hal Steinbrenner as the owner and Brian Cashman as the general manager. When it comes to these big market teams, or really a lot of teams in general, but especially the bigger market teams like the Yankees, the owners will never sell their team. It's just never going to happen. It's a rare day when it does happen, and Hal Steinbrenner is probably never going to sell the Yankees unless he gets tired of making money, which I don't think he is tired of making money. And that's Hal Steinbrenner's motto. It's about making money, making profit, and really not caring about the baseball product on the field. Is buying concessions, buying merch, and all of that. Hal Steinbrenner is a happy man until things go south. Then he will then make the major changes as needed. Brian Cashman has been the Yankees general manager since 1998, which, if you just to go look at history, general managers do not usually last that long. I think the average GM lifespan in Major League Baseball on one team is 10 years. Like, that's about the average. Even then, you're kind of pushing a little bit, but 10 years is the average lifespan as an MLB GM on one team. And then usually a team will try to clean house and get a new blood in there. Brian Cashman, 1998, he stuck around and seen a few World Series. I know a lot of Yankee fans do not credit him for building up that dynasty in the early 2000s and late 90s. So with that in mind, he's really only got the 2009 World Series, which was our last World Series championship in New York, in 25 years now as Brian Cashman as the Yankees GM. 1998 to 2023, it's 25 years. He's been the Yankees GM for a very long time. And in that time span, he's seen a lot of faces going in and out of the Yankees. Good moves, maybe more bad moves. And that's just a reality of the fact that Brian Cashman, as the Yankees general manager, has not made more good moves than bad moves. And that's a problem, right? That's a problem. And that's what we're seeing now with this current team. And I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of going over terrible signings and good signings. I kind of want to focus on this team, but just going over the history of where the Yankees stand now, how they got here. And Boone took over Joe Girardi after the Yankees failed to beat the Astros in the ALCS in 2017. A Yankees team that wasn't expected to get there, and Girardi was fired. Of course, Girardi was there for a while too. He won a World Series in 2009 with the Yankees, and he was cut off after that, right? So since 2018, the Yankees have made the playoffs every single year under Aaron Boone. But I'm not sure if that's attributed to just Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone, to me, after today's game against Baltimore, which, again, if you've watched Yankee games this year, I'm going to be honest, the Yankee games are a tough watch. They are a tough watch. I have my little issues with the Dodgers and how they run their team, but the Yankees, just watching Yankee baseball, it's a tough watch these days. It really is a tough watch. There's just no life in that team. There's no generation of fountain of youth in that club. The point I'm trying to make here is Brian Cashman has not constructed his team to a World Series caliber level. Although they made it to the ALCS last year against Houston, they were severely outmatched and looked like they were not supposed to be there. And so this Yankees team hasn't been close to a World Series in quite a while. An ALCS appearance as well in 2019 when they got hammered by Houston. The Yankees will not win another World Series until at least Brian Cashman is fired. Aaron Boone, they need a new manager. They definitely do. Aaron Boone is totally not going to be the guy that leads them to a World Series championship, so that needs to be resolved as well. But you could argue Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone need to both be gone if the Yankees want a shot at winning a World Series. The owner, would you like the owner if it was a perfect world to be gone as well? If you were a New York fan, Yes, you would, but the fact of the matter is, Paul Steinbrenner is not going to give up ownership of the team until he's passed away, and that's just a fact. So, Yankee fans are stuck with Hal Steinbrenner at the helm. As for Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone, those guys can be replaced, and it's up to Hal Steinbrenner to make those corresponding moves to get the right pieces in place for the Yankees. The way they run these things with the Yankees, it's not a fun brand of baseball. It's a poorly constructed baseball team that is very mediocre right now. And if you're the Yankees, it's not a good look, right? You're supposed to be, the Bronx Bombers, the evil empire. And the fact of the matter is, baseball is better when the Yankees are better. Whether you're a Yankee hater or not, the fact is, when the Yankees are in October and making deep runs in the playoffs, baseball's better. And that's just a fact. Maybe it's just because I'm a big market fan as well. Maybe that's why I like the Yankees in it as well. But when the Yankees are in October, it's a much better product for baseball. So Yankees do need to get back to that glory that they once had. And I think it starts with firing Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone. But if you're a Yankee fan, sound off your displeasure in the comments section and we can have a discussion. With that being said, though, I'm going to sign off. I appreciate everybody for tuning on in. I'll talk to you guys again next time. Later.